What's going on, everybody? I'm the MC. Welcome to the MC Outdoors YouTube channel. Today, we're going to go over a brief introduction on who I am, a couple of looks into some of the gear that I'm going to be carrying this year, and some of the hunts that I have coming up that are for sure planned. Okay. So I'm the MC. I'm 26, Arkansas born and raised, but currently we live in Colorado. So a lot of the content for this year will be coming from Colorado. You can look forward to hunting, fishing, hiking, game recipes. That's really the gist of this channel. There might be some other things sprinkled in here and out, like some gear reviews when I get new gear, get new items, stuff like that. But it's going to be a fun time. I'm glad y'all are here. So I'm going to break this down into I have two big hunts. Well, not really big. I have one really big hunt, and then I have a small hunt that I'm going on next weekend. So we're going to start with the gear for that. Starting out with the pants that I'm wearing. It also matches my jacket. I recommend just getting like something that's comfortable to you, but also has all the features that you need. I think between the jacket and the pants, I have about $160 in them. They're Redman, which is Bass Pro Cabela's brand. But I went with this one. I really like the pattern, and they're also waterproof, which is really nice because you never know what kind of stuff you're going to get into when you go outdoors, right? So that's pretty much it for the camo for now. I do have a couple other camo items here and there, but it's t-shirts and stuff like that, so they don't really matter that much. Mostly just make sure that you're comfortable, you have layers if it's colder months, and stuff that breathes during the warmer months. So next weekend we're going dove hunting for sure. And one thing that I really enjoy that not a lot of people think about is a game satchel, I guess is what you would call this, or I call it a game belt. It's really convenient. So on the back side is a very large pouch that's easy to access, so that way you can throw your dove in there, quail, or pheasant if you want. So it's really comfortable. It's really easy to put on. You have two pouches up front here that'll help you hold shells and stuff, so that way you're not having to run back to the truck or whatever. The one thing I don't have down here, my wife's currently using it for her home improvement projects. I have a camp stool. It's really convenient for like dove hunting and quail and stuff to have a stool, because you're just going to be sitting there waiting on them to fly over. So it's better to be sitting than standing. Last dove hunt we did about 14 hours in South Texas, and that stool was the star player of the whole game. I also carry this for like my smaller hunts. It's my range bag. I actually take this out to the range every time I go. It's convenient. It carries ammo, carries my Oakley blast resistance glasses, as well as my ear protection. If you don't know, I'm actually 85% deaf in my right ear, so ear protection is something that I will always harp on. Wear it, wear it, wear it. I always wear a pair of foamies, and then I cover with my walkers. I don't run the super bougie walkers. I run some normal, plain Jane, regular black walkers. They're adjustable, they're comfortable, and they definitely keep the sound out. As someone with tinnitus, you want something that's going to keep you from getting more tinnitus. So the last thing I'm going to take on the last two things I'm going to take on my dove hunt are very important. It's the most important part. You really can't go hunting without one of them, which is a shotgun. I always run a pump action. It's always safer and easier for me to run a pump. I haven't found a semi that's affordable that I enjoy. So this is a Stevens model 320. I picked it up weirdly enough off a gun broker. I think I only paid $100 for it, and it's worked from skeet shooting to dove hunting. I've taken it duck hunting, so I really enjoy this shotgun. Who knows, maybe in the future I'll upgrade to a Benelli or a Browning over under, something along those lines. Just for the price, I wanted to get into it cheap and get going right. And then the last thing is a good hunting blade. I actually made this blade with my dad when I was a kid, and it holds an edge better than any other knife out there. So that's pretty much everything for the dove hunt. I'm going to move on to the biggest hunt, the one that I'm super excited about for this year, which is my elk hunt that I will be going on with my dad. So my dad has pretty much made the foundation for why I love the outdoors. We grew up hunting and fishing on my grandparents' and my dad's land, and I just fell in love with it. So with that, we're gonna get into the gear. Same camo. I do have layers. I have a bunch of different thermals, which is very important. You always want to layer up and layer down. Some of it is recycled, reused military gear, which is always funny. But the goal is to get into this and not spend $1 million trying to maybe get an elk, right? So, all that to be said, I've got $80 in the tag and a couple $100 in gear. That's really all you need. You don't need to go out and buy the brand new Christensen, which I would love one, but you can do this with budget materials. It's really not that hard. So here I've got my big internal framed hiking backpack. I got this off of Amazon on sale for like $65. It does everything that I want it to do. It's a 75 plus 10 liter capacity. I also really appreciate that there's not multiple main pouches. It's just one big pouch, right? So that's going to be convenient for me if we do bag an elk or two to get the meat back to base camp so we can get it home, get it to the processor. It also has straps up on the top for the elk head, which we're going to bring home everything that we can. We always try to practice ethical hunting as well as using as much of the animal as we can, right? So the backpack is great. I do have a 3.5 liter camel pack bladder in here that I got off of Amazon. The name brand one was like $40. I think I paid $15 off of Amazon. So definitely like find the deals. If you want to get out there and you want to get into this, find the deals. The deals will make this so much more convenient, right? So with that, I have 2 more items to show for my elk hunt. The next one is arguably as important as the rifle will be, is binos. Binoculars are what you look through, right? So they're going to help me find the elk at a distance. They're going to help us glass. They're going to help us look around. So it's always important to have a pair of binos, right? Especially because we're probably going to be hiking 8 to 10 miles a day. So the more we can sit down and just glass, probably the better my knees are going to feel at the end of the day. So the binos are very important. I'm getting a bino rig right now, just something a little more comfortable. And then the most important thing, obviously, you can hunt with a bow, but is a rifle. This is a 30-06 Mossberg Patriot. I think I paid $450 for the rifle, and that's it. You don't need to go out and spend $1 million just to go hunting, right? So I have a couple other options of hunting rifles, but that's the one I'm going to take because it is composite as opposed to I do have this, which is a 25-06, which is a little bit smaller round than a 30-06. It's still more than enough firepower, but the reason that I don't want to take this one is it is a wood furniture stock and weighs about twice as much as my 30-06. So with that, look forward to more videos coming out. We're going to have some cooking videos close behind some hunting videos. Next year, we're going to get really into the fishing and the hiking aspect as well. You can look forward to, in February, a snowboarding video followed with a bobcat hunt in late season for bobcat. So here's to a new YouTube channel, and here's to trying. I'll catch y'all in the next one.